Hey everyone, it's Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, and I am finally going to do a tutorial for this project. This was a Scrappy Christmas crafts project that I did, oh my gosh, not this year, not last year. I'm pretty sure it was 2022, like the summer of 2022. So it's been like 2 years. And I had the papers cut, everything. And they've been sitting here with the book. And I don't even know, is my book faded? It might be because it's been in front of my window. I know some of the papers that I cut are faded. But I need to get this done and get it out of the way. So we are going to make it. I absolutely love this project. I think it turned out so cute. So I do have the walkthrough video. I will link below. But I'll just do a quick little run through. You have a pocket here, waterfall, flips out. You can put photo mats in there. This is just a staggered waterfall page with a pocket. Over here, we have a belly band with some photo mats. This opens like that. I mean, it's fun to go back through your projects and see what you did before. Okay, that goes in there. And I love this collection. It's PhotoPlay. I don't remember which one. It could have been Kringle. Could have been, I don't know which one it is. So you just have options, of course, to add lots of photos. This is accordion. So we are going to go ahead and make it. If you want to see more detailed walkthrough, I will have the video linked below. But let me set this aside. And we are going to start with the cover. And you guys, I don't even know if I remember how to make it, so just bear with me. We're gonna try. So I'm using black chipboard for this one. So you will need 2 pieces of black chipboard, not black, any chipboard, that are 6.5 by 7.5. I have one done already. And then for the spine, you need one that is 1.5 by 7.5. And for the cover, you need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 8.5 by 9.5. And I just center my chipboard on my paper, but you can use all the fun tools out there that you want to use. And for the spine, we are going to use this piece here that is 4.5 by 9.5. And then to cover the spine on the inside, it's 4 by 7.5, and I just did 4. Usually I do a little bit bigger because this was what was left as far as scraps. So it will go over. Did I do that big enough? Oh yeah, because it's slightly smaller than 7.5. That's right. And then for the hinge, so I have a piece that is 3.5 by a little bit less than 7 because the pages are 7 inches tall. And we're going to score 1/2 inch, 1 1.25 because we have 1/4 inch gussets. And then 1 3/4. I think, is that right? Yeah. And then 2 1/4, 2.5, and 3. So we will get started on that just so we could see if we even do that part right. I'm going to get out my mat and my cutting board, or my scoreboard. I mean, my voice is really shaky. Not shaky, scratchy. Okay, hold on. What do we need? We have our glue. We need our tape. And where is my other tape? Right there. I'm almost low on this one. Might have to get some more. So again, you are just going to center your chipboard. Just want to make sure you guys can see the black on black on your cardstock. And I am going to put my score tape down on all 4 edges. I like to do my longs first. I say this all the time. I don't know why. It just makes me feel better. And then on my cardstock, I'm trying to hurry and get all my projects filmed. Let me get some more 3/8 inch. Is this I think this is. Yes, yes, nice. I'm trying to get all my videos filmed before I go out of town for a week and a half. Karolina and I are going to a retreat, which will be in Colorado, so that should be fun. I don't know if Karolina has ever gone to a retreat, so, and I'm talking Karolina from KarolinasKrafts. So we will be there. Hopefully we'll meet a lot of fun people. I want to use the rest of this one up. That's like the best part. It's just meeting fun people in this crazy world that is happening right now. I like staying in my crafty bubble. I am always happy in my crafty bubble. I don't have to worry about any real life craziness in this room. And on top of getting ready to leave for a retreat, my daughter had her surgery and I have been taking care of her. So I've been getting a workout. I've been running up and down the stairs, helping her to the bathroom. The first day I had to feed her and we were laughing so hard. Oh my gosh, you guys. We were about to go to the doctor's for a follow-up and I was like, okay, do you want to brush your teeth? And she's like, oh yeah. So she goes into the bathroom and I'm behind her and I give her a tooth. She's like, I can't do it. I was like, oh. If you guys could have saw me trying to brush my daughter's teeth. First of all, I'm 5'4", she's 5'9". She had on her Ugg boots that are like these big giant, like, I don't even know what kind of boots these are, but they're like another 2-3 inches. It was hilarious. I wasn't thinking that she can't brush her teeth herself. And she's like, can you do it harder? And I was like, I'm trying, but I kept like, I had to have like tore up the inside of her mouth. It was ridiculous and funny at the same time. I had tears falling. Hot mess over here. Hot mess. So, okay, we mitered the corners. And I just like to loosen up the fibers a little bit by scoring as much as I can. Folding, you never can do too much of this to really get the paper going the way you want it to go. And we're going to peel off the sides. Because I like to do my long side first. Okay. And you guys might get some janky, you know, hotel videos. Just saying. I don't know. Me being gone for a week and a half, I got stuff to do. That is just crazy. I have stuff to do. And then I come back and it's time for the craft fair. Oops. And that is just, ooh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? But hopefully there's a good turnout. It's, I've said it before, but just in case you didn't see like one of those videos, it's at what is it, middle school, my kids' middle school that they went to. And they have been doing craft fairs for, I think they said like 22, 23 years. And I'm hoping, hopefully, people will, you know, be out and about shopping and want some fun one-of-a-kind things. I will have like a mixture of the regular craft fair things you see all the time on all the videos, and they're all, I mean, every year I can see the same thing every year and it's still cool to see. And then of course some of my own just projects. But, and I will definitely do, I'll do a video of my setup just like I've done with my other ones. I don't think I did a recap of my last, it wasn't a craft fair, it was a craft supply sale. Like you bring, you know, like new gently used craft things you want to sell. So like paper, embellishments, people bring machines, stamps, dies, all that good stuff. And I did pretty good at that one. I mean, so far everything, because I've done, that was my second craft supply sale this year. And then I had one craft fair, but it was really an art festival. So I really was the only one who had like paper crafts. And all of them I've done anywhere from $400 to $500. So I think that's pretty good. But I don't know. I have no idea. I sold lots of paper at that one. And it was pretty funny because, so real quick, in case you haven't done this before, we're going to go ahead and stick this down to our spine. You want to have 1 inch on top and bottom. And again, lots of tools out there, or you can measure, or you can score that inch. I'm just going to eyeball mine and stick it down. And you can use your board if you want to, but again, I'm just going for it. It's never straight, and it doesn't matter. You fold it all up anyways. Okay, but you do have to make sure on your project that you give it a good burnish. Oh, and if I didn't say, make sure you do both of these. So you're gonna do 2 like this. I'm over here talking and forgetting we're actually doing a tutorial. So you are gonna do 2 of those. Okay, so at that craft fair, we're just gonna bend our paper like we did before, just get it kind of nice and loose. I had boxes of paper, and I had, you know, I have good paper. It's not like the old nasty. I mean, I do have some of that, but I don't think any of that was in my boxes. It was Echo Park, Cartabella, My Mind's Eye, Graphic 45, Simple Story, all the good stuff. And it was only stuff that you guys know that I have a lot of, and I've left some for myself. Just so we're clear. And I'm just going to burnish around the chipboard like we did the bigger pieces. But I had a sign on there. My friend was with me, and I was like, okay, so what should I do? Should I do 50 cents each and then maybe 6 for $5? And she's like, yeah, that sounds good. So, you know, we have our sign up. People are buying the paper. And when I say people, probably like 3 or 4 had already bought the paper. And then this one gal, she comes over and she, you know, has like, I don't know, 18 pieces or something like that. And I give her her change back after I tell her price, and she's kind of standing there. She's a little like perplexed. And I was like, oh, did I not give you the right change? Is something wrong? And I mean, I knew I gave the right change because I always give the right change, just because I've always done that in retail. So, but I was like, why is she like thinking? And she goes, is that right? And I was like, what? And she goes, 6 sheets, they're either 50 cents each or 6 for $5. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, no. And people bought it. So if you need help with the math, 6 pieces at 50 cents is $3. But, you know, if you buy 6, I'm going to double it, basically. That's the deal you get today. You can either buy them individually at 50 cents, or I'm going to double it because you bought more. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was dying. I was trying to run around the room to see who bought paper, and I only caught 2 of the people who bought paper. And I was like, please, you could either, you know, I'll give you some money back, or you can come and pick out some more paper. And then Marie was there with her daughter. She was one of the people, and she was like, well, my daughter thought that was wrong. And I was like, why didn't you guys say anything? It was, you know, you just gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh. I was in tears pretty much the whole day. My friend and I, we were just laughing. We were like, what? And my friend just retired from a bank, so I was cracking up about that. And I'm really good in math. But you know, we're just gonna charge you extra because you want to buy more. That's how it goes here. I was dying. I just thought it was funny, and everyone was so sweet, not mentioning that that price was way incorrect. Now, mind you, if you would have got those 6 sheets anywhere else, they would have been $1 each. But that's not the point. I was dying. Oh my gosh. And maybe if I remember, I will show you what Marie made me. So Marie follows me on YouTube and always has just the nicest things. She says way too many nice things. I so just appreciate her. And she flew out. That was another funny story. She flew out because her daughter lives here. And her daughter was like, yeah, she didn't come to see me. She came to see you. Because Marie knew back in the spring after my other sale that I was doing this one. And so she booked a trip to come to this sale, which I just thought was so nice and sweet of her. And it was so fun to meet her in person. I loved every second of it. But her daughter was so cute. She's like, yeah, my mom did not come to see me in the fam. She came to see you. And I told her, I was like, you're welcome. There you go. I brought your mama to you. It was funny. We were having a really good time, but she made me a gift. It's so, I just can't with you guys, how sweet you guys all are. You know, every once in a while there might be like one person, but that literally is like rare. You guys are just way too nice, and I appreciate it so much. And so I will try to remember to show you what she gifted me, because it was really cute. Did I even, I mean, I barely even got any glue under there. What's happening over here, Tiffany? Stop talking. This is what happens when I'm laughing and crafting. Laughing and crafting. So we just have that over, and it's just miter corner. So place your scissors up against the chipboard. See, for the people who don't watch this part because they already know how to do it, they're missing out on all my stories. My stories are good. Come on now. Don't you guys want to watch the whole thing and listen to me be a weirdo? Just saying. Oh, but yes, I will try to remember to show you at the end what she gifted me. It was so sweet. And then there was another, oh my gosh, I just went blank of her name. Oh, that drives me crazy when I forget names. Not Paula. Oh my gosh, I went blank. Another Instagram YouTube follower that lives here in Washington. And I totally forgot her name. I'm so sorry if you do watch this video. I just went blank. But, I mean, they were all getting goodies. I didn't even have time to go look at everyone's booth. By the time I went to go look, it was almost time to close up. But usually I can find some really good stuff. There was like 3 vendors that couldn't come, or 3 people I should say. For whatever reason, something happened like that day and they couldn't come, and they usually have really good stuff. But you can find machines for good deals. It's just a fun sale to attend. Okay, I'm just really burnishing this baby. It's definitely gonna crack on me. No cracky, no cracky. As if that actually works. Just kind of, again, trying to loosen up the fibers a little bit. Boop. Okay, now we're gonna glue our little babies together. So I'm just gonna do one last little thing right there. Get your covers. And I am going to put my score tape down. I want my 1/4-inch score tape. Where did I put it? Under my scissors, right in front of my face. It's always right there. And I know there's been several of you waiting for this tutorial. I think Shika, did you tell me one time you've been waiting for this? I can't remember. And sorry if I didn't say your name correctly. But I know someone was like, I've had this like out forever waiting. Just, you know, I don't know why. I literally, it's been, the paper was cut right away. The tutorial was ready to go. And for some reason, I just kept not doing the tutorial. So I am just like, okay, just get this over with. Do the tutorial, girl. I mean, as you guys know, I only do the tutorials for you. I'm not a fan of doing tutorials because it takes away from me creating something new. But I'll do it. You guys know I will do it. Just sometimes I don't know why. There's like a couple. I have like more than this one, but this one might be the oldest. I have books that I've started and haven't finished from like when my son was in the hospital. What was that, 3 years ago? Now that's crazy, where I actually have some paper in it. I just was like, oh, I'm going to bounce to the next project. I don't know why, but I am going to try to finish it up. And I don't know, I might use my Prima Magic Spells. Is that what it's called? Magic Spells? To decorate this, but it won't be until I come back, that's for sure, or probably till after the craft fair. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just lining this up before I press it all the way down, but I need to hurry before that art glitter glue dries. Okay, there we go. And I'm not looking forward to packing for this retreat. Yeah, just not looking forward to it. You just never know what you need, and it's like snows there. The Colorado weather is so bipolar. It could be like 90 one day, the next day 50. It's so insane. Okay, again, before I stick it down, I'm just doing a check with my hand. Oh, you guys can't see, with my hands. So that feels good. I feel good up here. So I'm going to stick it together. And then you got to give it a good burnish. And that's the thing, is you're going somewhere where it's freezing cold, but you know inside it's going to be, well, actually it'll probably be freezing cold inside because everyone always wants air conditioning. And then I have to wear a ton of clothes just to stay warm and not get sick because I am always cold. I am waiting for these hot flashes to kick in. Feel free, bring it on. Get that stuff over with. Okay, oops. Okay, so we have that now. Now let's grab the piece that is 4 by 7. And I just want to make sure it's just a little bit shy of 7 inches, and that's what we want. So I am going to glue that down. I'm going to glue down the right side. Usually I do score tape on this, but no, we're still going to do score tape. I'm just going to get my thickies. I need to order more of my full sheets of score tape. I think I just cut some of the black. Because you just want to make sure you have really good coverage around the spine. Okay. Get my other tool. That is done. Okay. Try to kind of clean up as I'm going. You guys know I'm not good at that. Okay. Now we'll get our glue. I like to just put some around the edges. I feel like I need to. Okay, so bring this back in. I need to watch what I'm doing because I think I keep going out of frame. Get a good press in there. Good press. Burnish. And then we're just gonna kind of find the bend, slowly lift up, but pushing down at the same time, not too hard, because you do not want to go through your book. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, and down we go. Okay, and we are done with our cover. We can do the hinge now, so let's set this just aside here. So I will score, I have mine scored already, but I'll score again with you guys. So with the 3.5 across the top, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. 1, 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, and then 3. Hold on. And then I'm going to get my trimmer and just trim off because this is a wingless hinge. We're doing Tamra's Layflat method. But I just like to take off a little sliver of each end, just in case you've never done one of these before. Okay, so let's get our tape. And I like to put my tape on the 2 ends because we just trimmed off a little bit, so that way I know it won't show, you know, when you go to fold it onto the next one. And if that doesn't make sense, just do what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna skip right here and then we're gonna do the next one. Okay, so just so you guys can see, we skipped of the 1/2 inch. No, can you see it? No, is that my eyeballs or can you guys actually see it? Ooh, that is not, let me see. There. You can see it a little bit. So we skip this one, and you have your 1/4 inch gusset, then it's on the next one. Skip the next 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch gusset, and then 1/2 inch, and then you're going to put it on the end. So that's what that should look like. That hurt my eyeballs. And I think I'm going to try. No, I don't want to try that yet until we fold it all up. So for now, let's just crease everything and get nice crisp edge. I'm gonna do all my big ones first, just because I don't know why. All my biggies. Let's glue them together. And you can do it with wet adhesive, up to you. But make sure you burnish really good. Burnish. And we're just going to fold that one back. Now take this one and wrap it around. There we go. And okay. So again, just making sure. Just look a little crooked. Put that down. I can see this one's a little crooked there. There we go. We're just getting everything shaped. This score line's driving me crazy. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna force it where I want it to go. Okay, so we have that. I am gonna go ahead and stick my score tape on before I miter the corners. And I like to put mine at the top. And then you can add like wet adhesive on the bottom. But I don't like seeing score tape when you put your pages on, if your page doesn't go down all the way. So I just do mine towards the top. There we go. To the other sides. Okay. Ugh, drives me crazy. I can still see it, not even right there. Okay. Now I'm going to put, we'll just do wet adhesive when we put that on there. Just excuse me for the moment. So I'm going to miter my corners just a little bit. This just makes it easier to put your pages on. But you still want to do a dry fit before you take off the backing to the double-sided tape or put on your wet adhesive. Let's see if this will work. Yes, it does. So on my, on my original, I had a whole piece of pattern paper down, and then I stuck my hinge down. but just for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and put it down, and I can figure something out. If I want to put paper, I could just do strips, but we'll figure it out and just go from there. So you can do tick marks if you want, because our book is 7.5, but our pages are 7. So you just want to make sure you have like a 1/4 of an inch on each side, top and bottom. And then you can use like your, just trying to look here, your mat and kind of center it up that way too. So just depends on what you prefer, how you like doing it. Everyone does something a little different. I usually don't use glue on my hinge. I don't like it for some reason. I don't like it when it seeps out. We're just going with it. I did smaller gussets than I normally do on this one. Okay, so I think I have that down where I want it. It's important again with wet glue that it doesn't shift on you. So you gotta get it in there and wait for that to set up. You get a good burnish on the sides. Okay, is that still in the same spot? Yes, it is. Just looking. I think it's fine. We just need a really good stick. Stick, stick, stick. So just give it a good burnish. Okay, so we have our cover done. Now let's start with our pages. So, we have the inside. And I'm telling you guys, these pages, a lot of them actually are faded because they've been sitting in front of my window. But we are going to first do the inside cover. So what you will need is a piece that is 7.5 by 9 7/8, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and then 6 7/8. So I'm just going to miter my corners because I have already scored mine. So again, that is at 1/2 inch and 6 7/8, and then we're just going to fold and this, let me just make sure actually that I'm doing it right. I think that folds under. Yes, that is going to fold under like so. So it will look like this, and we'll put that on in just a second. The other pieces you will need to cut, I don't know why, but I have 3 photo mats that are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. I don't remember there being 3 of those in there. There could have been, and I just didn't see them. And then we have this pocket this way. That is 3 3/4 by 8 1/2. And we're going to score 1/2 inch on each side. And let me just, because I know some people don't do inches and do centimeters, so sometimes the visual helps. So 1/2 inch on each side and on the long. Trying to hold my mat so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay. And then you have Michelle Allen's Waterfall. So the largest piece is 3 1/4 by 11, and then we are going to score at 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6 1/4, and 6 3/4. So say it again, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6 1/4, and 6 3/4. The next piece is 3 1/4 by 10, and we're going to score at 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5 3/4. Like, just hearing it, I'm like, did I say that number twice? Because I don't know. 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4. We got all the quarters. Then the last piece to the waterfall, 3 1/4 by 9. And we're going to score at 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. Like that. Or I could say 4 3/4. Does that sound better than 4 1/4? Which one has more syllables? Which one is going to take me less time to say? Okay. So let's bring in our cover. We're going to put on our mat first. Our flat first. So this little 1/2 inch, that is what is going to go on the side. And I need to do score tape on this. I cannot stand seeing the glue on my covers. I don't like it. Okay. Oopsie. So we are going to stick that down. You can add wet glue to it if you want to. I'm going to do just a little bit down towards the bottom of the hinge just to make sure it does, you know, stay over time. Not that I've ever had problems with score tape, at least this kind of score tape. So put it all the way to the very end, and you should dry fit first, which I didn't tell you to do that. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, hold on. I gotta come up and center just a little bit better. There we go. And burnish. Down. I could totally see where the light faded the cardstock. That is funny. So funny. Okay, so we have that. Now let's get out our pocket, and I want to put score tape on the bottom as well. Put that down. Okay, and then we're going to cut through the intersection where all the lines meet, down here at the bottom. Get off my scissors. Cut through the top. I need to clean my tools before I leave for the retreat. I hate dirty tools, and mine are dirty right now. Okay, so just fold everything up. You'll know if you need to trim anything, and then also do a dry fit to make sure it is all going to fit okay. So this is going on this right here. Yep, and we are good. So I'm going to do my bottom first. I do have a little bit of over. Just make sure. I don't like extra bulk. That one's pretty good, but I'm just going to take off a little bit more. Just right there. Okay. Back to our regular scheduled program. Okay, so we are going to line that up. and pinch it together. Voila. Now we can come in and do our sides. I do not know what cardstock I used because this is a lighter weight cardstock. I think it might be like 60. I don't know what this is. Not a clue. Okay, get that all burnished. I want to make sure we're all the way over. Did I go? I'm just going to peel it up for a second. Okay, so we have that. Now we need our handy dandy waterfall. So let's go ahead and just make sure your lines are lined up. So I just like to, and it doesn't matter which way you fold. It will all eventually go down like this, but I still like to give a crease to the one that is going to be the one that opens, just because. Okay, let me just see. That looks good. I am going to put score tape because I like a good seal on this type of waterfall, at least on the edges. Oh, that wasn't very straight. Okay then. Did I even do that right? Hold on. Yes. Ooh, that scared me. That scared me. Okay, so I'm going to add my wet adhesive still. Kind of, sort of. I'm struggling. And we are going to line up just right in between these three scores here. I'm just going to pick one side. Let's do this one. And I'm pushing it into my scoreboard as well, like up towards here, just to get it somewhat straight on there and even. Boop. Okay, we have that down. Can just come in and crease those. Oh, I gotta sneeze. So sorry. Oh, okay. I really did not want to sneeze on camera, so hopefully that was the last. Okay, let's get our school tape on there. This is going to be another long tutorial. I can't do short tutorials. It just does not work for me. Just saying. Okay. But, okay, so I'm just gonna line up here. Nope, on the middle one. The middle one, Tiffany. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Okay, and like so, we have our waterfall. Now we're going to stick it down, and I think I came, let me see what we did. Ugh. Did I come all the way to the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, all the way to the bottom, but we created it like a pocket. So I am going to, oh, we need a hinge. That's what we're missing. We are missing, not a hinge, a flap. So we need a flap. This is 1.5 by 4 is what we need. And there is a tag in here. If you want to make it, it is from top to bottom, 6 3/4 by 2.5. So let me see if I can find some cardstock. I'm going to use these little scrappies. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay. What did we say? 1.5 by 4? Somewhere. Let's do this one. Okay, so 1.5 by 4. Nope, I can't write. We're going to score it a 1/2 inch on the 4 side. I can't write. So excuse my writing. So you need a piece, 1/2 inch by 4. That is going to be this piece here. And I did use magnets. And then, what do we say? I don't remember what we said for this one. It's just a measure again. This is 2.5 by 6 3/4. So 2.5, that is almost it, but not quite. Two and a half by how much is this? This is 8. So we're going to take off 1 1/4. So is this now 6 3/4? Okay, so this is the tag. 2.5 by 6 3/4. Ooh, glad I caught that before we stuck that waterfall down. Okay, so let's score. We need a 1/2 inch score. On the bottom here. 1/2 inch. Boop. Okay, set that aside. Miter the corners. Burnish. Get that on there. And that just goes down here on the pocket. Center it the best you can. Okay, like that. Okay, now we're going to come and glue our whole waterfall down. We're going to do a U, and it will go all the way down to the bottom of our pocket. But again, I'm just doing a dry fit just to make sure we are good. You can use score tape. I would put just a little bit extra on the bottom. Okay, let me just make sure our tag will still fit in there. I'm going to put a little bit more on the bottom, just so it'll pop up. Okay. come all the way down to the bottom of your pocket. And make sure you are not going over the side. And stick her down. All good. Yep. So you can wait to put like a little piece in there. It's fine. Just doing a little strip, even if you have a little bit black, because it's such a little spot. But if you want to wait to decorate with pattern paper before you stick your waterfall on, you can. Okay, I'm just gonna put these. I'm going to put these photo mats in here for now. And our little taggy do can go in the top, but you should wait for it to dry up a little. And then we need a magnet. Which do I have my magnets around? I think I took them upstairs. Oh, I have some. These are... Okay, these ones I have to put the tape on, so hold on one sec. These are the Tonic Studio magnets. I'm just going to use my score tape. The sun is shining in and I cannot even see the camera. Can't see nothing. Okay, just put a little score tape on there, and I need to make sure you guys can see. I'll put that about right there. Did I want, nope, I want it on the other side. Of course that happened. Get off. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me get some more tape. I wanted it on the top. It still would have worked, but it's just better. Because I wanted my cute little cut apart to show. So I wanted my flap underneath the first waterfall layer. So we're going to put it on top, and that needs to go up higher. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to keep getting more tape. Okay, right there. And whatever happens, happens. That's it. Okay, so we have that done. This would go in here. I'm going to temporarily, because you don't want to close up this pocket, by gluing the two sides until you use your pattern paper. So I'm just going to do that. And put one of the photo mats in there. That works. Okay, now we're going to do our pages. So let me just clean up for a sec. So I can mess it up again. Okay, so now the pages, which first page, let me grab them. Okay, so for page 1, we need a small photo mat that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is one of the flaps, 5 by 5.5, and we're going to score 1/2 inch on the 5.5 side. The next flap is 6 by 6, and we're going to score 1/2 inch. And then on the back, we have another 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. We have a belly band that is 1 1/4 by 8, and we're going to score 1/2 inch on each end. And then we have photo mats, nice and easy, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 and 5.5 by 5.5. So we're going to set those aside. So let's start with our, well, we need the page bases. Oh my gosh. Oh, somebody help this child. Okay, so for the pages, the main pocket page, we need 3 that are 7.5 by 12. And you're just going to put it in your scoreboard and score at 6 inches on the 12. So 6 inches. Then you're going to rotate, and on the 7.5, score 1/2 inch all the way down. And that's going to create a spot for us to close up. So let's do that real quick to all 3. All 3. And we're going to miter. One of these is coming out, so you could pick whichever one you want to come out. Miter those corners, and then I'm just going to, you can get your trimmer, I'm just going to cut mine off. And no, I'm not a straight cutter, I'm just lazy right now and don't want to get the trimmer out. That's all it is. Okay, so you have that. I'm going to show you guys how to do one, and then you'll do the other 3. I mean, I'll be doing it too because I didn't prep and have the other 2 done. Fold it all up. Make sure you are lined up. Okay, so it should look like this. You have a little flap here. We're going to glue that to this one. And then we'll be able to put them on like that, and we'll have a top loading pocket that I don't have anything in that one. But you easily can add some photo mats inside there. Getting glue everywhere. Okay, so I'll fold that over. Seal it up. Just make sure that it is still open. Yep. So we're good. Give it a good burnish. So do that now to all 3 pieces. All 3. I'm just cutting all kinds of crazy over here. Okay. So fold everything up. Fold it all up. Okay, so now I'm going to just close mine by adding my adhesive. Added my adhesive. next one. And you can put your pocket pages on now if you want to. I'm going to add all my extra components first and then put my pages on. I just find it easier, and if you've been watching me for a minute, you know that I like to do, I just don't show it on camera, but I like to do my pattern paper on my pages before I stick them in as well. Okay, so we have 3. I just want to make sure these still will fit. Doing a little dry fit here. Yep, we are good. Come out a little bit. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So now for page 1, make sure your opening is always to the left when you're working on the front. So we need, what do we need? Where are you at? Our 2 pieces. So no, that's not right. There's our little 6x6 one right here. We're going to miter the corners, so you should have scored your 1/2 inch mark already. So fold that 1/2 inch and burnish. Fold this 1/2 inch and burnish. And we're going to stick that down. And I think, let me see, I think I had ribbon on this one. And if so, you could put your ribbon down now. Oh, no, the ribbon is on this side, so we're okay. Let's put it up in here. Put it up in here. Stick it down. So you're just centering it in between on the edge there. Okay, like so. Let's get the other one. And put that down. There we go. Boop. So that is the front. And I did do a pocket here with the pattern paper. So let me just give you the measurements of the pattern paper on that one. Just so you guys see, it looks like it's like 1 inch. Yeah, what inch and what is that? I gotta hold this better, I can't see. 1 3/8 of an inch is what this pocket is, and then you have your cut apart in there. So that 1 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. That one says back. We'll put this one here. Just goes right there in the pocket. So for now, I'm just going to stick mine there so I know when I come back to it that I create a pocket there if I want to. Okay, and then ribbon is here. Ribbon and ribbon is here to keep it closed if you want to do that, or you can use magnets. And then on the back, really all we have to do is our belly band. So 1/2 inch on each end, and then miter the corners. I almost felt like I was going to cut my finger, but it wasn't that. Thank goodness. Okay, so again, opening when you're on the back, it's to the right. Our belly band, do a dry fit, is pretty good. So now let's get some glue on there. You could do one in at a time if that's easier for you. And again, I'm just eyeballing. My eyeballs are not good. I need to stop doing that, but we're just going with it. It's not exactly centered. It's okay. You could be like, I meant for it to be off-centered. So I don't want any hanging off the bottom. Okay, so we are good. And then your 5.5 by 5.5 goes in there. Your 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then this sticks on top here. So you'll just center that where you want it, and it goes right there, like so. And then we have page 2, which, let's see, I think we have just like one thing on the front. So we'll need a piece that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. These are for all the cut aparts. This is for, is this a flap? I think it's a flap, yes. So we have a flap that is 4 1/2 by 7, and then on, oh, nope, 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 nope. Hold please. Not on the 7, on the 4 1/2 side. 4 1/2. We're gonna score a 1/2 inch. So just put it in and give it a score 1/2 inch. And that is it there. Then on the other side, the back, we will need 2 pieces that are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and we're gonna score a 1/2 inch on 2 sides. Another photo mat, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. A larger photo mat, 5 by 5 1/2. And then we have 2 of these for our gatefold doors. 3 1/2 by 7, and we score a 1/2 inch on the 3 1/2 side. Okay, so let's do the front together. The front is nice and easy. We just have one flap, and there is a pocket on the back of this made with the paper. So I will give you guys the measurements for that here in just a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing it on the fold side. I'm open over here. And again, try to do a dry fit first. But get it in place where you want it, and then press it down. Okay, press it down. Our little 3 by 4 will get glued. Once you put pattern paper down, just right about there, like that. And I do have a magnet here and here. The pocket right here, again, just made with the paper, and I added a little strip of the black in there. So total is, what is that? It is on top of the mat. So it is 2 3/4 by, if you're double matting, but just go 2 3/4 high by 3 3/4, because I have the white mat and then my pattern paper. Okay, so we have that. Now flip it over. Now I'm going to show you guys just the scoring on one of these triangle pockets. So these are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. I scored a 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna turn, and hopefully I remember how to do this. I don't even know. Turn like that and scored another 1/2 inch. So you're gonna do that to both of them, and we're gonna do our little mitering. And right through the center. So it should look like that. And then I came in from the score line a 1/2 inch. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but there is a 1/2 inch tick mark right there, and then a 1/2 inch tick mark right there. And that's where I'm going to cut it on my trimmer. If I can find my trimmer. like so. Oh, I don't know why I was trying to find my scissors to cut that. So do the same thing with this one on those 2 1/2 inch. Then I can put my trimmer away. And when you go to mat, like it never comes out perfect, but I just cut, if I had 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, well, don't do that. Nope, do it to, what would that be? Whatever our square was. That's what, not quite a square. 3, oh, it is still 3 by 3. So then I would cut my pattern paper 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and then just kind of eyeball where you want your tick mark. You still should be able to do like a 1/2 inch tick, but I would practice just on some scrap paper first. Okay, so one is gonna go to the right and one will go to the left. But we have to put our doors on before we do this. And so I am going to, that goes that way, I'm going to fold mine backwards. Right? Nope. That way. Okay. So we have one that will go there and one there. And if you have to trim off a little once you get them on there down here, you can. But let's get our doors on first. So we have 2 of these. I'm just going to trim them at the same time. So we have 2. And hopefully I'm still recording. There we go. Okay, so one will go to that side and one to this side, but let's just do a little dry fit. And if you have to trim off a little excess, that's fine too. It's good enough for me. I don't mind a little overlapping. Okay, have that on there. Do the same thing with the other side. And even if you get them on and they're not straight or you have to trim off a little, you still can trim off a little, even if they're on there. Okay, let's get that lined up. Just make sure they're both lined up before you seal it all down. That is good. Okay, burnish. Okay, so we have that, and now I have a gap. How do I have a gap? Oh, because it moved. Get off, get off, get off. I'm gonna have to tear it. It totally moved on me. That's okay. Better to catch it now than when you can't get it off. Okay, let's try this again. Alrighty, here we go. Going to put that down there. That down there, and you are going to stay where I tell you to stay. Yeah, there's no gap. Don't be moving, cray cray. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so good enough. Works for me. Works for me. So I'm going to put my first little triangle on, but again, do a dry fit to see if you need to trim off any of the edge. We will, so I'm just going to put it on and then trim off excess here in a second. This is just a nice way to close up like flips and flaps if you don't use magnets or ribbon. It's another option for you. Make sure I'm not coming off the bottom. Okay, now I'm gonna burnish. And we're gonna trim off that little bit of excess. Let me get in there for a sec. Okay, it's just a smidgen. There we go. So we have that one. Now let's do our other one. So let's dry fit and see what we need to do. Okay, we'll need to take that off as well, just a little bit. But it's coming together nicely. Do. And put that down. Burnish it. And that is our little triangular pockets. Oh, guess we don't have to do that. It'll probably catch, so I might just do a little bit off this edge here. That's better. Okay, so now these two little dooders go in there, and voila, we have page 2 or signature 2 done. Now the third, and I don't even know that we did a lot on the third. Let's look and see. The front, the back has nothing. It's all on the front. Okay, so we now need a piece that is 4 by 6 1/4, and on, or nope, 6 1/2. And on the 6 1/2 side, we're gonna score that 1/2 inch. I need to do it. Let me just do it with you guys. 1/2 inch. Then the next piece is, oopsie, is 6 by 6 1/2. And then on the 6 1/2 side, we're gonna score it a 1/2 inch. Lock that. And then this is the pocket that's underneath all of that. So it is 4 1/2 by 7, and you're just gonna score 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So just like so. 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Okay, so let's start with the pocket, since that goes on underneath it all and is on the bottom. And I think the last thing we'll have is our accordion to put together, if you choose to do that. And then we could put our pages in. Dry fit first. Okay, make sure opening is to the left Okay, I'm going to do my bottom first just to get it all lined up. Nope, not quite. Goes over a little bit on the edge there. Just going to shift it a little more. Okay, now let's do our other 3 sides. So excited to finally have this tutorial off my list. And I could put the book away or maybe sell it to somebody. Okay, so we have that. Now let's miter the other 2. So we can put our scissors away for the moment. Okay, so we're going to fold on those lines. I just cannot believe how sunny it is in Washington on a November day right now. Okay, so this one goes down first. This one, I think we do it like that. Let me just look real quick. Nope, other way. Other way. Like this. So it goes down, it opens up this way and then that way. You might say you want yours to open up this way, but if you put a pull on there, it'll be up against the spine. So you might want to trim this a little bit, but totally up to you. You can have fun with any tutorial that's out there and do what you want. Okay. Now put this one on, and I do have magnets on this one, I think, which I'll double check. I think on both flaps. And I just centered this in the middle. Like that. Good enough. Okay. Like that. Let me just make sure. Yep. So I have a magnet here. Magnet, just to remind myself to put some magnets in. And then I did one here. So that is the front. The back stays. So we can go ahead and put our pages in and then do the accordion, and then we are done with that. Got these little triangle slivers all over the place. Okay, so let's start with our back page. So just adding a bead of glue. I do this different all the time, so if you see my videos, you guys know I do different stuff. I do different stuff. So slide that in. Before I press it all the way, I just want to make sure I am down where I want to be. I try not to go down all the way, but this book you actually can because it doesn't have a ton of stuff on each signature. So even if this page goes on crooked, match up your other pages with your crooked one. Just saying. Okay. So let's do our second page. Now, if you plan to add a lot of embellishments, then I would increase the gussets in between the pages, but I knew this one was a fairly flat project. So, okay, so this is our front. And just making sure I can get in there. So I just go from the bottom first, getting the bottom on there and kind of up. And I like to match it up with the one in back. And that's kind of down. What do I got going on here? Oop, hitting the camera, hair in the camera and all. Okay. There we go. And then we have this one. This middle hinge is a little stiff. It needs to loosen up a little bit. Okay, now we have our first page. Which way is the front? Belly band is on the back. So we're just going to, let me take this stuff out of the belly band because it's going to slide into our glue. Again, just hooking it onto the bottom. Somewhat matching it up. Okay. And if they don't come out perfect, just roll with it. Mine never are perfect. And I'm okay with that. I used to not be, but you just gotta keep moving. Keep it going. Okay, so now these will relax eventually. We're gonna do our accordion. And I don't remember how to do it, but here's the pieces I have. 6.5, or nope, 6 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then we score that in half at 4 1/4. So just 8 1/2, 4 1/4, like that. And then this piece is 6 1/4 by 11, and we're just gonna score at 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. And I need to see if I made that little piece that we are gonna attach everything to. There has to be a piece missing. Let me look at our project. Because you have to connect it somehow to the back. Oh, I probably glued it all down. Hold on. But I want to make sure I didn't make that a pocket. Yes, I did. Yes, she did, people. Okay, which way? Oops. Oopsie, oopsie. So, have it going like this. And fold this back on itself. So it should look like that. And then you have this piece that we are going to glue to make a pocket. Am I going the right way? Nope. Nope, nope. Hold on. Okay, so it has to look like an accordion. So let me just show you kind of aerial view. Sorry, sun is now coming in, but we're going to glue on 3 sides here on our pocket. And glue it to the bottom of this one. Hold that a little better. There we go. So glue those two together. Everything's lined up nicely. Like so. Okay. So now we have a pocket. And I do have like a little cut apart in there. So you could do that too. So it looks like this. So this side gets glued down just on 3 sides to the back of our book, but you want to put your pattern paper down first. And if you want to do the ribbon closure, let me show you guys. Like this here, you would put that underneath before you glue that down as well. So that I just centered, and I did 3 sides because if I want to add a tag in there, I can. That's not quite centered, but we're just going to put it down. Okay, and that is it. So you can add photo mats in here, which at least need to be, because you have a 1/2 inch gusset. So I would say like 5 1/4 is what I would do. You could do 7 1/2, so 5 1/4 by 7 1/2 if you wanted a little bit to pop up. But that is it for that tutorial. Finally, 5,000 years later, I have it finished. Oh my gosh. But there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're gonna make any of it. And I haven't decided what paper I'll use to put on there, and it probably won't be for a while anyways. I have too many projects lined up. But thank you guys for being so patient. You know, you waited quite a long time for this one, but thank you. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.